Alright, here we are in round one. Our opponent did mulligan. Here's the 7 that I opened up with. I'm going to keep it. I've got a turn 3 Fettergeist. Hopefully hit into some green mana, but we do have a 10-7 split. We're not going to mulligan. Kick it back to him. Let's see what he does. He is on the play. I'm on the draw. Alright, he's going to keep it 6. Alright, he drops a plains. So we hit a forest. So we're still looking for a turn 3 Fettergeist play. Alright, he's got a 2-drop. Ooh. Okay, so we can snare the skies, Fettergeist, to get through that one time. Alright, here we go. We're going to pass it up. That's a defensive card, so I don't know if that's telling of what he's brewed over there, but it's certainly something to consider. Alright, he's getting all of his land drops. That's good for him. We got plenty of land in our hand, so we get to go turn 3 Fettergeist into Nettleswine, I guess, is what the play would be. So here we're just gonna slam the Fettergeist. Maybe we want to save the Mystic, snare the skies play. Yeah, I think next turn we will play Mystic, pass, and then turn after that swing in with the Fettergeist and look to snare the skies. Alright, so he's got to adjust a card, that's fine. Yeah, if he wants to eat up his turns, I'm okay with that. Alright, we're going to put this on auto yield. You have to pay 0 here, so you have to do okay. I will pay. Okay, and I paid. Ooh, so we hit a Force Mage, so I think that requires a change of plans. So we can drop Force Mage and we can get in, and we're going to do that. Is that the right play? So he's kind of gearing me up for the long game. I don't have a lot of removal, so is Force Mage the right option to get in here? I can drop the Mystic this turn, pay the 1. Next turn, he'll just tap him, right? Maybe. Yeah, let's go aggro. I think that's the right play. I don't know what he's going to do to deal with my Fettergeist, but as he gets to 5 and 6 mana with white across the table, he has the options, to really get me. I do wish to use this ability. I'll choose you. So we're going to send the Fettergeist. He's now 4/5. The wall doesn't, propose a good block there. If I'm him, I'm just taking it. Yeah, he'll just take it, and then we'll pass it up, I believe. So yeah, we can land another land. We lay a land this turn. Okay. So next turn we're going to have to pay 1. Then we can actually we can play Lunar Mystic, pay the 1 Lunar Mystic, and then next turn we can look to snare the skies. Let's see if he holds up 3 mana here to prevent another Fettergeist beating. Alright, so he is going to hold up his mana. He also could be sitting on a Geist Snatch. We will pay 1. Okay. Alright, so let's just go to attacks. Alright, he's going to tap. That takes away his option for a Geist Snatch, which is, I guess, what we want here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and send the Force Mage. I'm doing this simply, I know it's not going to get through, I'm doing this just because I'm going to attack next turn. And I first want to play my Lunar Mystic. Or I could throw down a Nettleswine. I think it's just the Mystic here. I can still outrun. Yeah, and then I could Nettleswine next turn. Yeah, I think I need to get the value out of the Lunar Mystic, so let's play him. It might be just right to play the Nettleswine there, but I find that if you have these types of things in your deck, if you wait too long, they become irrelevant. So. Alright, so he's going to drop a Somber Walled Sage. It's perfectly okay with me. He's got tap mana here. So we're going to get in after we pay 2. Yes, I will pay 2 indeed, sir. 2 is paid. Okay, hey, look at that. We get a Fleeting Distraction as well. I'll cancel that. We're going to go to attacks. I've got 2 instants that I can play. I have the mana up. Ooh, let's lay land first, though, in case we decide we want to cast both and draw cards. Alright, so I'm going to tap my Geist. That makes sense. I guess I have to watch for what's the damn card that puts all the guys on the bottom. We're gonna get in here. So here we're gonna cast Nettles on this. Alright, we drew a Banishment. So we're going to kill this wall, we're going to get in for 2. And things are looking okay. Yep. He could be playing something pretty big here, but I've got a Banishment to at least bounce it for 1 turn to deal with it. We haven't seen a blue spell from him, but he's putting 3 white in his mana pool here. It could be like an Archangel. Oh, Angel of Jubilation. Flying, other non-black creatures. Okay, let's just F2 through that mess. I've got to pay 2 mana next turn. So I'll have 5 up. I'll have enough to vanish if I want. Or I can just play a Nettle Swine. He's a 3/3, okay. So I can Fleeting Distraction him. Alright, we're going to pay 2 here. 1 from each color. Alright, we draw another land. We're going to drop that land. Going to go into our attack phase. This puts it on top, right? Yep. Alright, so definitely just send the Force Mage here, right? You might just take it. Alright, he's just going to take, that's fine. So do we want to play Nettle Swine here and eat up 3 mana next turn? I think we do. But that leaves me open to like whatever that spell is. His best play next turn is probably to keep 3 mana up, but he can still cast any creature he wants. Yeah, I can't vanish here and distract. So if I play the debate really is if you drop Nettle Swine, yeah, I think I'm okay with that. It's my last creature though. Do I just want to draw more cards with this guy's on the board? I could just bounce the Justicar on his turn then get in. Yeah, so it's a good debate. I can vanish his angel, but I think vanishing the Justicar is probably the better play. Alright, that'll push him into a block. I'm going to pass on the card, I guess, on this one, but let's see what he does. He may drop just an Archangel or something insane. Here, he might just get in. Alright, he's pulling 3 blue into his pool. Just going to drop a Scrapskin Drake. I mean, he's a 3/4. Alright, perfect target for that. We get a card out of it. So the debate here is, do I really want to just put the Justicar on top of his deck? No, I think it's just putting this back, right? Then I can just beat him with everything. Yeah, let's just do that. We kind of 2-for-1 him there, really. It's nice to know that he doesn't have any more cards in his hand. Hate to miss on that card, but can't be too greedy, right? So we're going to take no damage. We're going to stay at 20. We're sitting at a pretty healthy life total. So we are going to pay for the Fettergeist. Alright. We're going to drop a land here. We're going to step into our attack phase. Gonna hit him for 5 at least. It's in the Force Mage and the Lunar Mystic. So he's gonna drop down to 6. Next turn he's gonna not be able to use the Justicar because he needs to cast his Angel. And that's when this is gonna become relevant. We're gonna play the Swine though this turn. We know what he's drawn. He's taking 5, dropping to 6. Galil's going to have to just hang out, I guess. Yep. And pass it up. Oh yeah, I guess he can use both. Ooh, yes, please, don't use your Somberwald. Yeah, I forgot about that. Ah, he saw it. Damn it. So he saw the Sage, he's going to do that, and then, yeah, makes sense. He'll have his spells. Yeah, then he can tap 2. But then I can play Distraction on this guy and just get him good. So that way it'll be all set. Yep, so we'll get him good there, and then...
Dad, can you come down to play?
Alright, after a brief interruption from my daughters, we are back. So let's see here. He cast his spell. He's going to pass to my turn. I've got to pay a ton of mana. We'll pay this way. Pay 3, and we paid it. Alright, we got a sweet Wolfear Avenger. So we're just going to move on into attack phase. He's going to tap the Fettergeist. He can only block flyers. We can Distraction this guy. Oh, does he not want to tap now? Oh, he's debating on who he wants to tap. Maybe he does just tap the Nettle Smiley. That's a good play for him. So then I think it's just both of these, right? Not my Mystic. He can just eat him. At this point, I'm probably okay with that. He's at such low enough life. I'm okay with the Mystic dying. This is going to trigger first anyway, so let's just get him. Let's see his blocks here. Okay. Alright, so this guy can't kill him. We're just going to use this as a cantrip. It doesn't really do a whole lot here. Wait, so it doesn't do anything. Do I want to use it? So it's just going to die. It's going to take 3, go to 3. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think that's okay. Gonna let that happen. So he's at 3. Oh, I should have used it. I'm an idiot. I forgot he's dying. Yeah, that's a bad play. I'm dumb. Alright, so that was a punt. We still get to land our Wolfir Avenger. He's going to banish something here. Maybe he just banishes the Force Mage? I don't know. Let's see what he banishes. Okay. It's probably the Fettergeist, right? It's only it makes sense. Yep. Yeah, so that was a big punt. You know, missing that card big time. Bad play. Alright. So you can get in for 3 here. Yeah, it's probably better that he doesn't, for his sake. We'll put our Avenger into play. We will hook up. Alright, we hit a land, so we're just gonna, go to attacks. He'll probably tap down the Avenger. Yep. Still gonna get in. He's got a block on both. Then we're gonna Fleeting Distraction. We can distract on his Angel. He's got to block both here, he just dies. So we'll distract the Angel. Alright, so he's down to 1 guy. There's no reason really to advance my board here. He'd have to drop a guy. Yeah, I think he's just going to have to... Yeah, it's better that I don't cast anything. Alright, he hits land. He's going to make us kill him, which I always do, to try to... Okay. And you die. Alright, so we got game 1. That's great news. So things that are a complete dead card against him. He is white, blue, with some green. Is that right? I don't remember. So long ago. So maybe we do want a Guy Snatch here over, like, say, an Escort. Which means maybe we want to go down a Forest. Not sure. So he is definitely mostly white. I just want a Mass Appeal in here instead of the Escort. Didn't see any of my Mist Ravens. I don't know, maybe you just have to have an early drop. Yeah, maybe he just stays. Yeah, he's nice on the bounce, so... I just cut a Blade of Bracers for a Guy Snatch. So he had the Justicar, he had the Angel. Yeah, I think I do want a Guy Snatch against him for sure. I think I want to keep the guy in there, so let's just run it this way. Alright, he's going to be on the play again. Let's see what he does. So this is a tough hand to keep, but we're going to keep it. The Wingcrafter gives me an early play, then do a turn 3 guy, then a turn 4 guy. So I've got the land. I'm going to keep this. I mean, it's not a extremely fast hand, but I'm gonna keep it. He goes to 6-2. So he goes to 5. Looks good for me, but alright, he keeps it 5. Alright, we got a good turn 4 spell. Another land, not the best. Alright, so he's got Wolfear Avenger mana, but he's going to cast something else. Probably the Drake. Oh, an Alchemist. Okay. Fine by me, sir. Fine by me. Okay. We'll go Forest. So I can drop the Drake, hook him up to the Wingcrafter, and just fly over. Just for 1 point of damage. Yeah, he's at so few cards. I think I'm just going to do that. It's not an optimal play, but I don't see a you know. I mean, this guy's never going to get through him until he gets connected, and I'm going to cast Mistraven next turn probably. Yes I do. And we'll F6 here after we attack. Yes. So our curve's working out pretty good here. So he's white, green, blue. He's not seeing any of his white mana, which seemed to be the most integral part of his deck. I don't know, maybe he's just splashing these 2 colors just to try to round out to the 23. Like I was saying about this set, it's just not a deep set. I mean, I know you guys have heard the complaint from all the pros, but I mean, you just on the ground you just see it that way. It really is, you know, a set where how did he attack? Anyway, it's just a set where you're just not. There's not a lot of playables. Alright, so here it's gonna is it the Mistraven or Lunar Mystic here? I think it's probably just the Mistraven. Maybe it's Lunar Mystic this turn, the Mistraven next turn. Yeah, let's do that. Is there anything he could do? So he could cast a Wolfear Avenger here, which is certainly something to consider, but is there anything he can do to break this up? He could peel. If he peeled, his guy's coming up anyway, so I'm going to send them both. Let's see what he does. Alright, he's got no blocks. We're just going to Lunar Mystic here and look to Mistraven next turn. If he doesn't make a play again, it might just be better to put the flyer down there, but I mean, he's kind of mana screwed. He did mull down to 5, so just trying to press my advantage on that. So assuming he doesn't play a land or a creature, a Mistraven bounce the Alchemist and then just, you know, crush him. Okay. I mean, he could still have the Wolfear Avenger, and I'm willing to run this into it. I didn't see it last game, so. Alright. So we're in a good position. We drop a Harvester next turn. I mean, there's probably not much recourse for him. He's at a 2-turn clock on the board anyway, so he's just getting mana screwed. Okay. You know, really there's no reason to play anything here. He's going to go to 5 here. There even really isn't even any need to show the Harvester. Yeah, let's just pass it up. You know, it's tough when you're looking at this on your side of the board. No land, you get screwed, you mull to 5. Yeah, alright, so we got it. That's round 1.